What's going on, guys? Just got back from a little run with my homie. Ran about almost 4 miles and played some fetch with him. But anyways, the point of this video is I'm having some trouble with my ELD, my electronic logging device. So I know we can only work 60 hours a week before, or not a week, but we can only work 60 hours before we have to do our reset, right? So for me, usually that means work 6 days, take 1 day off, kinda, right? Basically. Anyways, so how do I explain this? I had an issue on Tuesday. Tuesday was my rest day. I was in Miami. I was with Serge, the car hauler, and we went to the beach that day. I didn't have a load. I dropped off, I moved an office from Texas to Florida. So I dropped it off in Miami, and then I dropped off a car as well. So I went off duty, personal conveyance, right? The issue was I drove and I forgot to put my ELD on personal conveyance. And I drove a total of like 20 minutes or like 20 miles, but it was an hour because I was stuck in traffic, right? But I was off duty in my thinking. Like, I knew I was off duty. I just forgot to put personal conveyance on. I forgot to enable my personal conveyance on my ELD, right? So when I noticed it, I went back, because when you're parking, it just shows on duty, but it doesn't show driving, right? It just shows that you're on duty because you're parked, but you're not driving, right? So when you go back and edit it, you can edit the pieces where you were parked on duty. You can go back and edit it and put off duty, and it'll kick it up to off duty, right? But you can't edit the driving part, because you know how it goes off duty, and then as soon as you start driving, if you don't enable the personal conveyance, it'll just kick it out. It'll just kick it down to driving, right? So that's what happened. So it was off duty, driving, and then I drove for like an hour, like 50 minutes, and then it popped back up to on duty. We went to the beach, so that was on duty. Or actually, it was off duty, driving for an hour, and then it popped down to on duty for like an hour. Or not. It was on duty for like, I don't know how long we were at the beach, like 6 hours. When I got back to the truck, I noticed it. I was able to enable my my personal conveyance. We went to a restaurant. You know, I went about my day. I did laundry. I did all that. At the end of the day, I went back and I tried to edit the mistake, right? I tried to edit the driving. I put some notes on there. It was I put off duty, no load, personal conveyance. But that doesn't mean that you can kick that driving part up to off duty, right? So in the ELD's mind, I never reset my cycle, right? Today is Sunday. Me, in my eyes, from my point of view, in my mind, I'm gonna take off 1 day a week, right? So I was off Tuesday, so I'm thinking I'm gonna drive and take off Tuesday again, right? That makes sense to me. It doesn't matter how many hours I drove, I'm still gonna do that. So, but right now, if I start driving today, my ELD is gonna show a violation, right? Because of that 1 hour of a drive time on Tuesday, because I couldn't edit it. So that's my issue that I'm having, which is fucking annoying. It's annoying. But anyway, I have my handy dandy daily driver's log. And I was kind of, I'm thinking, do I really need an electronic logging device for a non-CDL hotshot? If you guys know, comment down below. But anyway, I got a old school driver's log, just in case. So I'm gonna have to start doing this today because I'm technically in violation. Today is Sunday. I'm in Kansas City right now, and Denver, or my drop-off point, is it's about 8 hours away. It's in Aurora, Colorado. It's about 8 hours. So I think I'm gonna just, I'm just gonna drive to Colorado, to Aurora. Today's Sunday. I'm gonna get there, sleep there today. On Monday morning, drop off my car first thing in the morning, and then go off duty the rest of the day. Try to find something on Central, because I have another car going to California, to LA. So I'm gonna try and find something on Monday, take a rest day, probably get a hotel room and stuff. See if I can meet up with some friends. But yeah, that's the issue I'm having. So I have my handy dandy driver's log, and I'm gonna have to use this probably today. I haven't had to use this in a while. Boom. So let's see. So yeah, that's the issue I'm having, and let's see if we can fill this out together.